Hello, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will be trying out some of the Beautyblender stuff that I recently got from them. One is the Beauty Blusher by Beautyblender. It's like a blush applicator sponge. I've never tried a beauty blusher. I have tried their regular Beautyblender, which is more of like a foundation and all over the face kind of thing. It will be interesting because I actually do love blusher in general, and I usually prefer powdered blusher, so I want to see if this can be used with powdered kind of blusher instead of just the regular cream blusher. And also the other one that they sent me is the Beautyblender Redo Set and Refresh Spray. I believe these two products are not super new in the market. I'm sure these are products that has been out for a while now. Let's get into it. I've already done a bit of my makeup. According to the instructions here, it actually does tell me to saturate it in water, towel dry it, dip into your favorite blush. The shape of this is not actually meant to be in this shape. It's probably became this shape because it's been in the container for a while now. I'm gonna go and damp this Beautyblender up and then I'm gonna be back. As expected, they do puff up when it's damp. A lot of other different sponges, they are usually very firm and very hard, but all Beautyblender sponges, the original one, they are very light and airy, very easy to squish, definitely very hollow, also very light. That is, I guess, the unique selling point of Beautyblender sponges in general. So it really just depends on how you like your sponges to be, whether you like it to be more porous or you like it to be more compact. More porous also means that it absorbs more of your product. Usually with that also, it gives you like a lighter sort of more natural kind of application, because you know, you just don't dump a lot of product on your face directly. That is one of the good points of Beautyblenders. I know that there are some people who really doesn't like Beautyblender because they just soak up too much product and they feel like it's a waste. If you are a lighter hand type of person, you might like a sponge that is a bit more dense, but if you feel like you're a bit more heavy-handed but you want that more natural kind of look, then an actual Beautyblender kind of sponge would be great for you because it's more hollow and it's just easier to work with. So this is a H&M powdered blusher that I have. It's in spicy pepper. It's quite red. It picks up a little bit. I think the finish of this with a powder is actually quite nice. It's actually even easier for me to kind of manage with this sponge, because if I were to use a brush with this powder, because of how pigmented it is, it's a bit harder to control. But with the sponge, this damp sponge, this beauty blusher sponge, is actually so much easier to control because it doesn't pick up as much powdered product as a brush do, even though when I just quickly dab it. So this is actually quite nice. It gives like a very nice like finish, and even if I actually felt like I might have been, you know, a little bit heavy-handed on it, or I just dabbed too much time, I can just use other side of the sponge and just kind of wipe it off, swipe it, just to kind of remove the excess of it, and it just makes it look very nice, very natural kind of blusher look. It doesn't look too powdery, it doesn't look too cakey. It really just blends on the skin quite nicely. I actually quite like it. I'm gonna try to do on my eyes as well. Just kind of dab a little bit on there, take a little bit more, and just, yeah, it is actually very nice. And it's, I think the shape of this is perfect. The size of this is actually perfect, so I can just use the pointier side and just go on my eyes. I'm gonna be a bit adventurous here and use a different type of blusher here. This is Sugal blusher. It's more of a like a moussey kind of texture kind of blusher, and I think it might be perfect for a sponge like this. I don't really care. I'm just gonna use back this sponge even though there is some sort of that powder residue here. So let's try to get some of this on here. Interesting. Even though if it's like a cream blusher, it doesn't pick up as much as I thought that it would pick up. Through the camera, you can tell the color difference. This is more of a brighter red. This is more of a muted tone kind of shade. It's very easy to control how much blush I want on my face. And if I go crazy, I can always just use the other side and just swipe them off basically. Wow, I'm actually very impressed, and I really like this shape for like a blusher kind of thing. The shape is perfect because this is not too fat. You have more control because it has smaller surface area, so you can actually just dab wherever specifically you want. Still have a little bit of that like pointier edge where if you really want, you can be very specific around the eye area if you're like me where you apply blusher on your eyes as well. As you can see, this blush does work with both type of blushes, the creamier one as well as the powdered one. If you want to, of course, I don't do this anymore, but if you really want to, you can always add like a highlighter to kind of highlight your face as well using the sharper end of the sponge itself. Ooh, okay, that's too much. It's been a while since I have applied highlight on my face. Can you see that glow, that instant glow? If I want to, a little bit on the eyes and just a little bit down the nose, that dimension. So there you go, highlight. It works as well, a little bit of highlight. I'm sure you can contour with this as well. This is probably good for contouring as well if you have smaller face. Overall, I really like this sponge. It's a very nice sponge to be used as blusher and also a little bit of highlight. Done a little bit of eyeliner as well. Now let's try out the Beautyblender Redo Set and Refresh spray. This one, if you leave it alone, it kind of does separate. It has some sort of separation here, so before you use it, you kind of do need to shake them up. I don't know why they have two covers here. It really doesn't make sense to me, but anyway, whatever. Ooh, it is quite fine. Oh wow. It's a very fine mist, super fine mist, and it sprays in like a very hollow kind of feel. It comes out like a cone like that, this kind of spray. Definitely feels like it gives a bit of hydration onto the face. It gives a very nice glow to the face as well. Hopefully it sets the makeup. I'm not quite sure about makeup setting in general because I don't really use makeup spray or setting spray, but redoing, like really kind of add dew into the face, make your skin glow, it definitely does. I really like it. It definitely feels like it gives lotiony kind of residue for sure, so if you don't like that feeling, you definitely wouldn't like this redo. Ooh. Seems like it has a little bit of that shimmer going on inside here, so that's why it gives that very nice natural dew on the face. So if you don't like that look, then you probably would not like this setting spray at all. But I think as a dry person in general, I think this would be a very nice mist, maybe somewhere in between the day when I feel like my skin is extra dry from all the aircon that I'm in because of the working environment that I'm in. I didn't think about this having a little bit of that shimmer in here. Very cool, very nice. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this review. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy. I hope you learned something. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!
Don't forget to like and subscribe!